This is Austin, and today we're going to be advancing to level 26, how to screen for chicks. Okay? Now, the key here is a lot of guys, when they start off, they just take whatever they can get and never screen for their match. Now, this can be okay if you're just having fun with the wrong ones until you meet the right ones, sure. I call that the pre-promotion stage. However, if you're not screening in the long term, you're only delaying the inevitable. Now, a lot of guys assume it will just work out with whoever they meet. If things always go well on the surface at the beginning, but problems typically arise on deeper levels later on, this is due to lack of screening. Some of you could take a page from the girls on this. If you have ever heard them talk about their laundry list of checkboxes, then you know what I mean. Now, it's not a competition, but just having some of your own preferences is going to give the girl and you a better idea for compatibility when you both know what you want. And if you're truly being honest with yourself, there are things you really want that you may be settling for now while you are losing your real match. Remember, women want a challenge and want to feel like they had to earn you. When you lead with what's important to you, you'll stand out from all the other guys who are easy or yes men that settle. Also, too, don't take this to the extreme. I was laughing with a couple of my buddies about a girl who had over 40 things on hers, and one of the guys decided he wanted to make his list have 50. Now, if you know yourself that well, great. But yeah, women usually are wired more this way, and the key to standing out from the rest is just having at least a few major things to go off, like what you value, common interest, and future plans to show the girl what type of guy you are and help you succeed, knowing if y'all want the same things versus just winging it and hoping it works out like a marshmallow at a bonfire. Now, the goal here is to put you in the driver's seat with the girl and ultimately give you what you want. Let's take an example that happens all too often. Any of you have a GNC or supplement store? So, when you go into the store and you're unsure or have no idea what to get, what happens? You end up buying too many bottles and options you really didn't need. Maybe if you're lucky, you come out with a couple things helpful to you, but possibly none, right? This is the same with the girl and the difference of knowing what works for you versus leaving it up to chance. If you're starting out, just making this key shift here to thinking like a buyer will give you the power back and the optimal dynamic with the girl. When you lead with screening for your match, women will feel the difference in the vibe from the guy who gets it to a guy that's just winging it. This allows them to get a feel for your personality and connect early on. Now, just as a side note here, there have been a few times where the girl and I got along great, but our values didn't align and we wanted different things, but I still found her attractive and we had some chemistry, which happens. So after we wrote down our top things and shared it, she looked kind of sad since they didn't align. So I just took hers and ripped it up and said, oops. And we still had a good time. So sometimes it's okay if you're just having fun, but this definitely comes into play when you're selecting a long term partner. Another important factor we need to talk about is self limiting beliefs. Your beliefs are the main reason why some guys succeed versus settle. For instance, some guys will say it's easy for him but not me because of X, Y, Z, when really they haven't even tried. And just real quick, I just want to clarify something. I'm definitely red pill. Um, been that way for like 15 years, so I can see how it was confusing with my title. The couple of creators I was referencing in a past video turned out to be from a different group, or the ones where the guys are going their own way. Um, Maybe that's a good outlet for some people for like a day, but overall it's a losing mindset. And no, I don't think you need to completely give up on women. There are too many girls out here for me to leave. It's the self-limiting beliefs and not fully grasping what women want that keeps guys from success. But now that you are leveling up today and back in the power role with women, you'll be able to win. When you don't settle, women feel selected and special versus, oh, he'll just be with anybody. So destroy your limiting beliefs and use this as a map to success. Now, one final part of this puzzle we need to talk about that limits a lot of guys is the ego. Realize you can do all of this and the ego can still get in the way and keep you playing small. The ego's job is to keep you safe and protected based on past experience. Now, the ego adjusts with time if you continue to grow and get out of your comfort zone with girls. Sometimes the fun is being a little nervous at times. If you're not a little nervous, is she really all that? And when you push yourself a little to try new things, like approaching and going on more dates, your new baseline will level up and your comfort level will grow too, where it gets easier with time. Attractive women want guys to approach them. I see this and hear this all the time, but there's only one of me. No, but seriously, there are a lot of girls y'all are sleeping on out here that you could be sleeping with. And as a last bonus, a lot of guys screw things up with girls coming in with toxic beliefs or not communicating enough up front. This actually can happen on both sides, but I found if you're direct and upfront with the girl, most of the interactions go way smoother. And finally, screening can be for aligning common values, wanting the same things, and it can be also to disqualify for red flags, like how do they treat others, do they gossip all the time, stuff like this. I'm sure you can recognize it when you see it. All right, well, you've been rolling with Austin. Keep your game tight and your vibes tighter. Until next time.